Dan Ives arrived at the CNBC studios the day before yesterday and talked about one stock that could make you rich. Let's not waste any more time. Let's listen to him and then explain a few things.
Welcome back. Tesla shares popping yet again today, continuing to add to that post-election pop. My next guest calling President-elect Trump's victory a, quote, game changer for the EV maker. He's raised his price target now to $400 from $300. Joining me now, Post 9, is Wedbush's Dan Ives. He is now the global head of technology research, a new title, a fancy new title to go with your jacket. Welcome.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thanks.
All right. So why is this a game changer beyond the obvious of what people have seen thus far? This, what is a new and cozy relationship now between President-elect Trump and Elon Musk?
Yeah, I think it's the autonomous piece. I mean, if you look at full self-driving autonomous, I could argue it's the most undervalued AI play in the market today. And I think autonomous cyber cab in the timing, I think it could get accelerated 2 to 3 years. And that's important in terms of from the sum of the parts. This stock, that could add $1 trillion of valuation alone. And you could be looking at 20, 30% more revenue per year that you even see today.
You think $2 trillion valuation over the next 12 to 18 months is reasonable?
I think it's conservative, potentially, if they actually execute on the vision that I see, not just in terms of autonomous and AI, but really it's more about that software penetration within Teslas from an FSD perspective. It changes the whole business model.
I'm trying to think of, so they have less than 10% market share in China, correct? BYD's got like a third. Demand for EVs is already sort of slowing globally. So if you have a pickup in tariffs and you have what is a more protracted trade war, what does that do to Tesla's prospects in China?
Sure. I think there's one big X variable. The bet for the ages.
Pardon the pun.
No, and I think the bet for the ages for Musk was betting on Trump because he is going to have a significant seat at the table when it comes to the China tariffs. I think especially on the AI trade, I fully expect there'd be carve-outs relative to Tesla and Apple when it comes to any sort of tariff back and forth. And I think within China, Musk has been that sort of 10% politician, 90% CEO. China just had a record quarter, if you look back. So I'm not of the belief that China is going to be a huge headwind. I think overall, this is a game changer for the story. You know, when you look at, I think over the next 12
Is there any spreading yourself too thin risk? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? This guy's running like all sorts of stuff, and now he's got a foot and a half in he's going to have a foot and a half in the Oval Office whenever he wants it.
Look, being essentially a whisperer, really a strategic advisor for Trump, I mean, it's going to just put another sort of balancing act for him between SpaceX, Tesla, Boring Company, and others. But my view here is that investors will take that because Musk having a strategic view and a strategic, I think, essentially chair in the White House is significant for AI. It's for autonomous. But most importantly, the biggest regulatory issue that they've had to navigate from an autonomous perspective, a lot of that now starts to dissipate. And that's a key part of the value. I mean, I ultimately look at this as unlocking $1 trillion of value in Tesla, AI and autonomous.
Simply because of Donald Trump's win?
Simply because of Trump's win. Because Trump's win changes the whole game for Musk, for Tesla, for autonomous, for FSD. They'll still have issues on states. This is not going to be, a 100% smooth road. But this is a much different stock than it was a week ago with Trump in the White House.
Is there any risk whatsoever? I mean, I know. I mean, I ask you this just as like kind of devil's advocate. I don't know what the likelihood, if any, there actually is. But is there any risk whatsoever of a larger role, bigger than foreseen, within the administration to where he would potentially be a seller of stock?
Sure. So I don't see that Musk is going to take a formal cabinet position. We'll call him like an AI ambassador. He's going to create. I mean, he's going to be very strategic. I think in very key aspects on tech, on tariffs, on AI. But I don't see any issue from a cabinet perspective, selling of stock. And I'd also say broader, from a tech perspective, whether you're an NVIDIA investor, Apple, Musk having a say in AI and in tariffs when it comes to China, as odd as it seems, there's actually a comfort in him having that seat at the table versus a 202, bureaucrat.
So
Dan Ives says that Tesla's stock could double within 2 to 3 years. With Elon Musk's new role at Trump new administration, it's almost sure he'll gain benefits for his businesses and easy access to any bureaucracy related to autonomous driving. Suppose Tesla's stock doubles from its current valuation of $1 trillion. In that case, it will reach $2 trillion, offering a genuine opportunity for significant profit within 2 years that could make us wealthy. As always, I wish you smart investing. To stay updated, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. See you in the next video.